Hello Stellar Guitarists! Today we are going to be learning one of the most feel-good festive songs ever written, Merry Christmas Everyone by Shakin Stevens. Now this song oozes Christmas spirit and it is a perfect song to play and sing along to with your friends and family. So make sure your guitar is tuned up, go and put a capo on the second fret of the guitar and let's get started. So let's start off by checking out the chords. Like I said, we need to put a capo on the second fret of our guitar to be in the same key as the original track. So the first chord we need is a G major. I like to play a 4-fingered G chord here. From here, we're going to be going to a G over F sharp. This is a really easy transition. All you're going to do is keep your third and fourth fingers squeezing down, and you're going to take your first finger, place it into the second fret, if we're counting from the capo, fret 1, fret 2, and this is going to be our G over F sharp chord, and you can strum all the strings. So that middle finger is going to be removed completely from the strings. From here we have an E minor chord. We also need a C major, and the final chord we need for the song is a D major. So let's hop into looking at the chords we need in the verse of the song. So the chords will be up on the screen. We have a G major chord, changing to that G over F sharp. It's a lovely transition. We have E minor to a C major. We're then changing from a G chord to a C chord, and then from a G to a D. So just practice changing back and forth between those chords. Really get used to those chord transitions. It's quite a long chord sequence, but once you get it under your fingers, it shouldn't feel too tricky. So the chords are not difficult, as you can see, but what is a little bit tricky is the rhythm. Now, the chords are going to be held for different lengths of time. So this is where things start to get a little bit more challenging and it kind of feels a little bit awkward at first. But I'm going to walk you through it step by step. So what we're going to do is we're going to group each of the chords into groups of 2. So you'll see that I've already done that for you on the screen. The first chord group is the G and the G over F sharp. So those 2 chords are grouped together. The next 2 chords that are grouped together are the E minor and the C. Then we have the G and the C. And then finally the G and the D. Now each of those chord groups need to add up to 4 beats or 4 counts. So G and the G over F sharp, they need to equal 4 counts, okay? Now the way we're going to do that is with simple math. The G is going to be held for 3 beats and the G over F sharp will be held for 1 beat because 3 plus 1 equals 4. So we're going to just do this really simple with just down strums. So the G will get 1, 2, 3, and the G over the F sharp will get that last 4th strum. So it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So make sure you change on that last strum because that is going to be that 4th count. Okay, remember we're trying to add up to 4 beats. So G, 1, 2, 3, 4. Really easy once you get the hang of it, okay? So again, 1, 2, 4. The next 2 chords we have there, we have E minor to C. Now we're going to be splitting E minor and C equally. So the E minor will get 2 beats and the C is going to get 2 beats. So we have E minor, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the C chord. So again, E minor for 2 strums, C for 2 strums. The next 2 chords we have in the group, G to C, they're going to be counted the same way as the first 2 chords. So G will get 3 beats and C will get that last strum to equal 4. So we have G for 3, 1, 2, 3, to the C chord for that last beat. And then finally we have the G to the D, and it's going to be exactly the same. 3 plus 1 equals 4. So G, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so what I'm going to do is highlight the E minor and C group, because they are the only group, that is the only group that you only need to split 2 plus 2. The other groups, you're doing 3 beats plus 1 beat every time, okay? So when you see E minor and C, little bells need to go off in your, little Christmas bells need to go off in your brain that, oh, I need to only hold the E minor for 2 and the C for 2. The rest of the groups, you can just do 3 plus 1, 3 plus 1, 3 plus 1. Okay, so in total, the verse is going to sound like this, starting on the G chord. A 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, switch. 3, 4, the G, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4. Can we do it a little bit faster? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Now, let me try and add some singing. I hope it's not going to confuse you. I just want you to be able to hear how the singing works with the chord sequence. And hopefully it's going to help you make more sense of those weird, awkward counts. Because I feel like when you hear the singing, the song kind of starts to pull together and it makes more sense why we're holding certain chords for, 3 beats or 1 beat. Okay, so let's give it a try. So we're going to start on that G. 1. Snow is falling all around me, children playing, having fun. It's the season, love and understanding. Merry Christmas, everyone. And we just end with that one final strum on a G major chord. So next up, what we're going to do is we're going to add a strumming pattern to these chords. Okay, this is going to be quite tricky. It needs to be something that you can eventually just rely on from an internal feeling, a rhythmic feel, okay? If you're going to rely too much on counting out every single strum, then this is going to be more difficult for you. Then maybe you want to stick around with just doing the down strums that we did previously. The strumming pattern is got more of like a boom chuck feel to it. So if you are slightly more of a late beginner, maybe early intermediate guitar player, then this should be doable for you. But throwing in those weird awkward counts, 3 beats, 1 beat, 2 beats, 2 beats, that's where things start to get a little bit more difficult, because you cannot be counting all of that the whole time. It needs to be something that you're feeling as a musician. And it's not impossible to get there. You just need to practice the song maybe a little bit more than other songs. And again, working on just the down strums and getting a sense of when those chord changes take place. 3 beats, then 1 beat. 2 beats, then 2 beats, back to 3 beats, then 1 beat. If you can get a sense of that, and that starts to become autopilot, then moving on into looking at the strumming pattern should be more manageable. So, without further ado, let's take a look at it. So, the strumming pattern will be up on the screen, and like I said, it is a boom chuck, so we have a bass down, okay? So if we just get onto that G major chord, it's going to sound like this. We have a bass down, up, down, up. That's the first half of the pattern. And that equates for the first 2 counts of the G. The third count is going to be a boom and then a down strum, a bass down. Okay, so we have bass down, up, bass down. Okay, that equates for 3 beats. Bass down, up, bass down. 1, 2, 3. See how I counted out those 3 counts? 1, 2, 3. The fourth beat, we change to that G over F sharp for a boom chuck, bass down. Okay, let's try it again. From the G, bass, down, up, bass, down, bass, down. Okay, now if this is something that you're finding fascinating but difficult, and you're a bit confused with the basses and the downs and what the heck is a boom chuck, then I'd really recommend you check out my beginner guitar course. I'll leave a link below this video for you. The course goes into detail on strumming patterns, syncopated rhythm, as well as learning how to play a boom chuck. So if this is something that you are interested in learning how to potentially play better than it may be sounding at home right now, then go ahead and take a look at my beginner's guitar course. We do so many cool, amazing things in that course. This is just one of the skills that we work on. So I'd really love to welcome you into the beginner guitar program. So getting back to the lesson, if we take a look at that G to G over F sharp one more time, we have a boom, chuck, up, boom, chuck, boom, chuck. Okay, so that is going to be used for all of the chord groups that are 3 plus 1. Okay? When we look at the E minor to C, this is where we're just going to be doing the boom, chuck, up on the E minor, and then the boom, chuck, up on the C. So it's going to sound like this. Remember, even Stevens here, 2 beats, 2 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we have our 4 beats added up. So if I show you how it's going to sound from the G all the way to that C chord. The next 4 chords we have, remember we count up to 3 on the G and 1 on the C. So it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then the G to the D is the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we did that boom, chuck, up, a boom, chuck, boom, chuck. So the whole verse is going to sound like this, starting from the very beginning. A 1, 2, 3, and. A quick little side note here for you. If you are wanting to use a C add 9 chord, the third line of chords, we have the G to the C, okay? You can do that. You can go from a G to a C add 9. That is going to be a much easier transition, okay, because it is such a quick change. So I'll show you how it's going to sound, the third line going from a G to a C add 9 instead. And then you go back to a G again. You see how that's so much easier. So G, C, G, D. Okay, so I won't be mad if you use a C add 9 in that instance. So let's try play the whole verse now. I'm going to add some singing so you can really hear how it sounds. 1, 2. Snow is falling all around me. Okay, so we're going to move on now into the chorus, and you'll be pleased to know that the chorus is much easier to play. We have the chords up on the screen. Let's just go through that quickly together. So we're going from an E minor to a C, to a G, and to our D. We go back to E minor again, to a C, 2 rounds on the G, and then we have 2 Ds. Now the strumming pattern here is going to be a boom, chuck, up, down, up. So it's kind of the first part of the strumming pattern from the verse, okay? So a bass, down, up, up. And we do that on every single chord. So the E minor is going to get that. A bass, down, up. The C will get that as well. So our G and D. Okay, the next line of chords, repeat the same thing. Bass, down, up, C, G, repeat the G, bass, down, up, D, and that final D chord, which has the star, means one down strum. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick demo of the chorus so you can hear how it's going to go. 1. We're gonna have a party tonight. I'm gonna find that boy underneath the mistletoe, kissed by candlelight. Okay, so well done for sticking it out with me in this lesson. What we're going to be doing next is a playthrough of the song. It's going to be coming up next. Just a side note here, we are not going to be doing a full playthrough of the entire song. Now the reason for that is because the last minute or two of the song, there is something called a key change that takes place. This just means that the song is going to go into a different key. So the song goes a little bit higher in pitch. Now that means we either need to quickly move our capo, or we have to learn a brand new set of chords. Now, for most purposes, I feel that these songs are going to be played around with family and friends, or maybe you're just going to jam at home on the couch, or around your Christmas tree with your kids, or your dog, like I will probably be doing. So there's no real point really in learning a whole new set of chords just for a headache, So we're going to be leaving out that key change and keeping this really simple and sticking to just the first part of the song. The key change just basically repeats a lot of what we've already learned in terms of the lyrics and the words. Okay, so nothing new is really sung in the key change. It's the same words, just sung a little bit higher up. So I think we're going to keep things simple, keep the capo on the second fret, and we're going to do a play along, which is coming up next, so I'll see you there. So here we go for a playthrough of this awesome song, starting on that G major, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Snow is falling all around me, children playing, having fun. It's the season, love and understanding. Merry Christmas, everyone. Time for parties, celebrations, people dancing all night long. Time for presents and exchanging kisses. Time for singing Christmas songs. We're gonna have a party tonight. I'm gonna find that boy underneath the mistletoe, kissed by candlelight, room is swaying, records playing, all the old Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and Bailey, just by the way, he is here. Sorry that he's not been as present as he has been in previous lessons. He's just really tired today. So anyway, thank you for hanging out with me and for jamming and learning this awesome Christmas song. I hope that you enjoyed the lesson. If you did, you can go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so that you can learn more Stellar Guitarist songs in the future. Now, I'd love to wish you a wonderful, music-filled Christmas. Take care, have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the future. Bye.